Alright, Jeskai, Saheeli, Hero, whatever you want to call it. Saheeli's a really interesting card. So it is an effect that's similar to Hero of the Precinct One, and I definitely think it's worth exploring these cards together because one of the things these hero decks always really feel like they lack is what are they doing when they don't have hero in play, right? So like they have a lot of these cards to enable hero, but then they don't do a whole lot when you don't have the hero. So Saheeli is kind of redundancy when that comes up. These are very similar effects, but they are different cards. You're able to basically play 8 copies of our core effect that we have going on. Omni Z, thank you for the Twitch Prime support. I appreciate the 24 months. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Let's go ahead and dive on into some matches and see how they go. Yeah, and when you really want to get going, you can have Saheeli have a servo copy hero and really pop off in the same turn. You get everything coming together. I see it doesn't have any of our proactive threats in it, but it's got a couple of removal spells here, so I think I'm going to keep this. Hopefully they're playing a matchup where these cards have text. Tuesday I didn't play Standard. Yesterday I was on for almost a little over 10 hours, and most of that was Standard. As always, whenever you miss anything, you can always catch the replays on my YouTube channel and my website. Duck, thank you for the 2-month resub. Welcome back. Well, unfortunately, our Justice Strike and our Shock don't have text here. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and concede. I think we're incredibly unlikely to win this game from here, drawing another blank. It's really pretty unfortunate because our deck actually doesn't have that many blanks in that matchup. We just like happen to draw a majority of them. I think this looks fine. Leaving a couple of shocks in is fine, because not only are they bits of reach, but they also, like, kill Teferi after he downticks on something. Yeah, the point at which I conceded there might conceal some information to get us value in these post-board games. So Shalai giving us hexproof, like, isn't really relevant. By the time Shalai comes down, our opponent has like cast or discard spells that we would want hexproof. It seems pretty good. Obviously need some lands, but we've got an opt. Do I shock this in knowing there's a land on top of my deck? I don't think that I do. I think I just put it in tapped. There's like, this opt is effectively less useful if I'm like not potentially bottoming something. Like I know there's a good thing coming up. The downside here is if I have to veto on 2, I'm less likely to play a 3-drop on 3. Well, drawing both the copies of Shock we left on our deck feels bad. I wonder, it might be right to lead on Time Raveler here. Just because they don't have Absorb up that turn. And like now they have Absorb up. Yeah, maybe I'm just passing now. Because they shocked in, so I don't really want to play into an Absorb here. Especially with like these shocks and vetoes in my hand and Disdainful Strokes. So I think like if they pass back to me here, I'm just going to like end step shock them and like start pressuring them with the Saheeli. Love tap, baby, love tap, baby. Love tap, baby, love tap. Do 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 do. No opt for a land. Yeah, I guess maybe that would have been fine. Stop it. You've got a Rakdos build. Can you respond, Modian, to that email with the link to the deck list? I probably just messed up then. Not the first time I messed up. Probably won't be the last. Sorry about that. If yours is black-red, that's definitely completely different. Especially around set release time, sometimes I lose things in the churn. Yep. Really want to draw a land next turn, so that way I can play this while still holding Stroke up. I don't just want to jam this into a 2-mana counter. Yep. Saheeli was super impressive here. And the shocks were useful, right? Just like generating tokens and pressuring their life total a little bit. Yeah, young Pyromancer that's hard to deal with is super powerful. It's basically what this card is. That was a fantastic draw. Stop it. Yep. Was playing Drake and copying lethal? I don't know, probably. Thanks for pointing that out. I'll remember to think about that for next game. It's good. I keep forgetting that, like, she does more than just, like, make tokens. I keep putting these planeswalkers into my deck to do, like, one specific thing, but they, like, also do this secondary thing that, like, doesn't come up a lot, and then, like, it comes up and would be lethal. It's like, oh, wait. Untap blue source. Untap blue source. Untap blue source. Rats. Thought erasure me, baby. Really? They don't have a piece of spot removal. That's good for me. Hey, Super Lolo. Thanks for the Twitch Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Alright. So they're not thought erasuring me next turn. Or they're not... They can't thought erasure me till next turn. Cue Ball, thanks for the Prime support. I think I'm gonna take that. It's like I have this Spell Pierce. And if they duress my Spell Pierce, I say I'm Saheeli. So I assume I'm losing the Saheeli. That was a good draw.
I'm known for my excellent timing. Let's try this.
Don't be afraid to aggressively cantrip your Teferi. The reason why discard spells feel so bad is because from a gameplay perspective, they remove player agency. So like counter spells are a type of card that require decisions on both players' part. Okay, so my opponent punted here. They forgot that this stops them from casting Absorb. Or maybe they knew that and they just didn't want to play this out, but I think they forgot that Teferi stops them from casting Absorb. That's why he's good in this matchup.
Sorry I'm late. I've got it.
Thank you for bouncing my cantrip. I appreciate you.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
Hey, we all start somewhere more. You're chatting here, so obviously that means you're a subscriber on my channel. You should pop on into the subs Discord. And if you're streaming Magic, feel free to share when you are going live there. Oh, I punted. I forgot that I was going to be able to kill their Teferi here. And I totally should have put that into play untapped. I could have had Spell Pierce up here. So like if they like play 5-mana Teferi, I could have prevented that. Or Kaya's Wrath. Or Vraska's Contempt. Like just any number of things I could have Spell Pierced here. God, I'm so dumb. That's fine. We're still super far ahead here. They are super dead. This card is really good. The more I play with this card, the more absurd it feels. This is actually just lethal. And Baby Tef says they can't do anything about it. Beep, beep. Well, that was a sweet match. Alright, I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Kinda picking up what this deck is putting down. Kinda picking up what this deck is putting down. Optimus dies. Thank you for the 4 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me here. I feel like the lack of... I don't know what this card's really doing in my sideboard. I feel like not playing this card right now is probably a mistake. We're gonna want that card when we run into Wilderness Reclamation. Whenever Jeff says, I'm digging it, I imagine a million wild cards crying out in pain before they are suddenly silenced. Oh, okay, Doc, thank you for the 2-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. New Tef feels like Blue-White Rhythm of the Wild. Yeah, in a way. In a way, that's an interesting way to put it. Would you play Demystify if you had access to Mortify? No, probably not. Last time I played Tanner, I was rocking Mono Black Devotion with Pack Rat and Jeskai token deck its cons. Anything similar, not care at the moment. This deck is actually very similar to the tokens deck you just mentioned, which is kind of amusing. Mono black. I don't know that there's a good mono black comparison right now. One of the things you need to understand about the current format is that we just had a new set drop, so everybody's still kind of figuring out what's going on in this format. So like the first big paper tournament with these new cards is this weekend. Starts on Saturday. I'm just gonna go ahead and Justice Strike this. And fair warning, I don't know if this deck we're playing is good or not. I think I'm just gonna play this as, hey, look, a distraction. Which of the Planeswalkers do I dig the most out of the new set? It's probably Ugin or Teferi. That's unfortunate. I'm still one short on Beacon Bolt killing this. Alright, sweep. So, the next paper Mythic Championship is modern. However, the next Mythic Championship is being played on Arena. And obviously that's going to be standard. I believe it's standard best of 3. Andrew Benson, thanks for shipping your Prime this way again this month. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed. Alright. So, what are the odds we can kind of punk them and steal this? So if we end step deploy, that makes 2. And then this attacks for 8, and then this attacks for 12. We might be able to punk them and steal this. If they're kind of going for broke here. When am I playing Green Black Citadel again? Team Moore, thank you for the 4 months of support there. I appreciate that. As always, you can always find out what decks we're going to be playing on stream coming up in the deck queue on my website. And obviously that shuffles around a little bit as people donate and cheer to move things up and down. But it'll give you a general gist. I think we're dead, chat. I don't think we were able to beat a second bird here. Big Bird is putting it into what we have going on. We have at least a couple of Lava Coils on the board, right? I could see this being a card we want more copies of in the 75. Like, I get that this triggers Hero, but I think playing this instead of playing a bunch of Lava Coils might be being a bit too much of a slave to our theme. Do I probably just trim Discovery here? How many lands do I have? 22? Huh? I'm gonna try and cut these and see how it feels. So, Gendy, I always encourage people to be constructive when they want to provide feedback on something. So if you think a card in this deck isn't good, can you elaborate on why you think it's not good, what you might replace that card with if you were trying to improve it with something that was better, etc. Just saying that's bad doesn't really help people improve anything. And, like, to say you like the idea of this deck but don't really like Hero feels weird to me because, like, the idea of the deck is Hero. Like, those two statements feel like they're at odds with each other. I'm just Justice Striking this. I could be, like, greedy and play the Hero to try and get value off these Justice Strikes, but there's, like, a good chance the Hero just dies, right? I see the idea is more of a, what does that actually mean, Gendy? Like, you're basically just using buzzwords. So, like, more of a Saheeli deck. So what does that mean? How does the deck fundamentally change if it's more of a Saheeli deck and not a Hero deck? You wanna give feedback that's actionable and specific. West Kanye, thank you for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. So, the part of the problem is, even in matchup where you don't really have a lot of time to fumble around with something like Opt, you still have, if your land count is low, you need to keep cards like Opt in so you can, like, actually play Magic consistently. Yeah, maybe. I mean, like, that's definitely a discussion worth having, right? Like, I do think that line of thought of, is is playing hero and playing multicolored spells worthwhile? And I think that's a good, like, if you're trying to maximize in terms of just being efficient, that's definitely a discussion you want to have. But that's like the detail specifically that I'm trying to pull out here, right? Just like, that's constructive and tells us like what we're actually looking at, as opposed to just like being generic, which is difficult to like look at in a helpful nature, basically. Focusing on like what we're actually trying to communicate. Playing a matchup like this, so far my takeaway is it feels like I'm basically trying to act as a control deck, but I don't really have any potent ways to actually finish the game. What feels like the issue, kind of.
All things begin and end in nature.
Today I craft my victory.
Isn't the 5 how much damage this is gonna do? Isn't the 5 in the corner there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's 5. It does 5. I guess it technically does 4 once it comes out of the graveyard. I think I'm actually just gonna take this hit. Am I? Do I wanna warden a 4/5/5 out next time? I probably don't actually. It is worth noting here that Vivian makes my beacon bolts incredibly awkward. Because these are sorcery speed. I want to leave one of these back. Yep.
I always survive. You'll see.
I think we're probably dead here. I've already burned through both my lava coils, right? I'm gonna put some more lava coils on the board. And I think that card's still just premium removal. Not a huge fan of this card. Like, the instant speed effect is nice, but I think just like what this card does for its mana cost is just like too good to pass up. I also think a lot of the matchups where you want lava coil, your hero is likely going to lightning rod and die, which is relevant. And like, that's another reason to consider, is hero worth playing? So like, one of the things that's definitely very true about this format is a lot of the good decks in Standard right now have a bunch of removal in them, right? So that means that because the good decks in Standard have a bunch of removal in them, because we don't have that many creatures in this deck, our hero is likely to get hit by a removal spell almost instantaneously, because we're not playing anything else out that our opponent can play removal on before that. Yeah, she triggers on any non-creature. Admiral Vortex had asked earlier, and I missed it. I meant to address it. Is this card potentially good enough for Modern? I think it might be. It might be. Like, cards like Mentor, Monastery Mentor have always felt close, but the fact that there's so much creature removal in Modern made them bad. But the fact that, like, this doesn't die to creature removal is a big deal. The downside to this card in Modern is that there are a lot of creature decks in Modern, so protecting her in combat could be difficult sometimes. Yeah, you're always welcome to donate for Dealer's Choice tabs, and I appreciate it. I actually put some more thought into the blue-white list the other after I was done streaming. Actually, I really liked how that list felt. I think I'm going to hold on to the Discovery next turn on the off chance this resolves in 6 around. Although maybe I'm supposed to hold tight. God, we keep just drawing all of our blanks. Alright, I'm not going to play into an Absorb here. I'm going to dig for a Spell Pierce. One of the other things, and this is kind of a mental thing more than anything, is that this Saheeli, because it has red and blue mana in it, it feels like a blue-red card, right? But like in reality, this is also a mono blue and a mono red card. So I feel like there's shells like we play this in the Ralminkin deck, which is basically a mono red deck. And so I think there's lots of different shells we can explore this card in because it's basically mono-colored in 2 different directions. Alright, let's cut these ones. So we boarded against Esper last time, pretty reasonable. Again, Shock isn't amazing here, but like proactively triggering Saheeli is good. Finishing off a Teferi after it down ticks is good. I think it's more than fine to leave 2 of those in. How's this deck doing? The jury's still out. We are 1-1. We're down a game in this 3rd match. We beat Esper pretty handily in the post-board games last time. Got a little beat up by Rekindling Phoenixes against Scroll a second ago. Have thoughts on Mizium Tank. I'm going to be honest, I don't know what the text on that card is. 3-2. When you cast a non-creature spell, it becomes an artifact creature that gets +1. It gets +1/+1 till end of turn. That's interesting. 1 red is a little bit restrictive on its casting cost, but the effect doesn't seem unreasonable. Oh, this hand is so good if it had all of our colors of mana. I think I have to mulligan this because it doesn't, though. If I was on the draw, I might be greedy and keep. Yikes. Alright, I'm going to keep this one with a Scribe. Not going to 5. Little Teferi is a card that the more I play with it, the more it becomes my favorite card in the set. I started in Kaladesh and play robots and Affinity, so I see an angry artifact and I want to play it. That's such a great line. Yeah, so one of the things that is very true about building mana bases is that the easiest way to hit all of your colors consistently in 3-color decks is to just play more lands. And so, like, trying to play a deck like this with cantrips that's also only 22 lands is like, well, we also are just going to, like, stumble and miss colors because we're stumbling a lot of the time. That's tapped. Do I want to up the land count? Maybe. AFK, thank you for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me around.
You'll thank me later.
I think I want to play a couple more games, a match or two with this as is Nivik, but I feel like I feel like the more I'm playing, the more I kind of feel like I would rather... I agree with what Gendy eventually got to earlier, which is kind of like the Saheeli part of this deck is the better part that I really like, as opposed to the like hero part. And it's not just because hero makes us play multicolored spells, but also because hero is just a lightning rod in a deck that otherwise doesn't have lightning rods. Hey, Rad Life. I hope life is treating you well. It's been a hot second. Half a sword to go with your shield. No, you're fine, Giddy. I'm glad we got to where you were going. You are far from the first person we've had to pull the details out of, and you certainly won't be the last. I think I want to hold up Spell Pierce here in case they have a 4-mana Planeswalker or Wilderness Reclamation. Three-mana Planeswalker, also a decent Spell Pierce target. Bacon Bolt. Bacon Bolt. Bacon Bolt. Bacon Bolt. Bacon Bolt. I wonder if it's better to shock plus discovery there to try and guarantee my 4th land. Thankfully, I'm lucky, so we hit it anyways. But I think there's a chance I should have shocked plus discovered last turn as opposed to what I did.
One drop ripples and grows.
Alright, well, that's an 0-3 that keeps this alive. I'm gonna do this into discovery. Hopefully this finds an instant or sorcery to bin, so that way they're forced to jump block here. Yeah, so I'm gonna ditch the Justice Strike because I want to get this to 6 power, so they have to jump block to protect their Kiora. A blue-red Saheeli deck. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know if you want to limit yourself to just being 2 colors. Because like I was saying, there's so many different directions you can go in, right? I'm actually going to ditch this extra Drake. Jeez, bacon. I guess this is actually a ramp spell because it untaps a permanent. And I'm going to offer this trade here because this is also a land. Because I think based on my board state sizzle, I'm not going to need to cast another Drake to win this game. And Depose could potentially get me past a blocker. Beep, beep. Rude. Rude. Way to stop my Jeep in its tracks. I got ran over by a Saheeli deck last night, so here's some bits to make that happen. Go with whatever you feel best. Thank you, Rycat, for the support. We'll style on him with the shock, too. Was the shock not lethal there? Probably. Did you know when you kill your opponent, you have to stop drawing cards? It's actually one of the worst feelings in Magic. It reminds me of home. Would you build around Nickel, Jace, and Oath of Teferi? Yeah, Rad. We actually played that deck. We actually played a deck like that yesterday on stream. We had to make infinite Nicks at one point. The 4-color Planeswalker deck we played yesterday. You should go back and check it out. Christ the Blizzard. Thanks for cashing in your Prime support this month. Welcome back. What I want to do here, they're like Bant stuff. I don't really know what Bant stuff is. I guess they're a Vanafear deck. So Justice Strike is probably worse than Lava Coil. Give this a try. Your ideas intrigue me, and I'd like to subscribe to your newsletter. What's going on, Radagast? Thanks for the 13 months. Welcome back. Pretty easy mulligan here. No second land. Which is a shame, because if we had a second land, the discoveries would propel us further. This hand's great. Yep, in for a third land. Scheduled downtime will begin in 60 minutes. In 30 minutes, players will no longer be able... Listen, Magic Arena. No downtime is expected. This is a required update. Huh. Weird. All right, I'm gonna take a screenshot. I'm gonna take a screenshot. All right, sorry. Look, I just want to know if I'm going to be able to do my job or not, okay? I just want to know which it is.
Behold, new wonders.
So, next turn, I get to Saheeli, copy a hero. Next turn, I get to Saheeli, copy a hero, and then beep heroic reinforcements. That sounds pretty good. Wow, that's rude. All right. All right, so now we have to wait a turn. We're going to diddle this one. We're going to diddle this one when they go to combat, and then we'll untap and kill them. Triggers. That joke's over the line, 11th end. Please and thank you. Are they dead? I haven't done the calculus, but I hope they're dead. Target artifact you control becomes target an artifact you control. Target an artifact or creature you control. All right.
Genius is as genius does.
Triggers. Please be lethal. Please be lethal. Maths for blockers. Hada! Beep beep. Look, I don't know if Hero is good in this deck, but this turn was awesome. I'm not entirely convinced that Hero is necessary or good, but like, you know, things happened. We did things. Yeah, right at the end of the day, isn't that why we're really here? Playing Magic just to do the things. Oh. So apparently we're already in downtime. So like, is there actual downtime? Is there actual downtime, or how long is the downtime? You think it's just a required restart? You updated and can play. All right, let's grab the update. These people are great by their stuff. It's going to take me a hot second to reinstall here because the updater never works. I have a shell script here somewhere that does it. Yeah, I do. God bless shell scripts. It's a good time to plug all the sponsors. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Sorry about the break. You know, Magic Arena doing updates midday. There's the exclamation point claw in addition to all of our other wonderful sponsors. This is a neat product that we've added as a sponsor for this month. It is a magnetic game board. So how it works is the game board has magnets in it, and they send you inserts that you put into your sleeves. So they stay attached to it. It's designed for gaming on the go. Obviously, this isn't something you'd use in like a competitive tournament, but this is definitely something I would have used growing up a ton when I played Magic. We played Magic at picnic tables and scout camps where things where wind was a concern, or like in the back seats of cars, etc. Where Magic the Gathering cards would be known to slide around and stuff. I don't have Quip on my list of banners up here, but I do still have a link for Quip that is active. Yeah, Tempo Storm and I got everything sorted, so we are good to go on the Tempo Storm front. Can it hold your library? So this piece actually holds the game board when it's not assembled, so it clips together and clips apart. And then this clips onto the side of it, and your deck goes in the side here to secure your deck and graveyard from the wind as well, which is sweet. Comes with 120 inserts with the thing. Can we make this stream more fluid and agile? Asking the real questions. Thanks for the 8 months. I appreciate that. Just taking care of updating Magic Arena now. We should be back momentarily. Hey, Runin, thanks for the 4 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. The inserts are not that thick. So like, when you're actually shuffling the deck, it doesn't feel that different than being double sleeved. So like, here's Here's a magic card with an insert that I just pulled out of a sleeve. You just like put these into the backs of the sleeves to hold them on there. It's good for more than just magic cards too. Any standard gaming size card or smaller that you could put in a sleeve would work with it. One of the other subs had mentioned they were thinking about picking it up just to like play with playing cards. Like they play outside on their deck and like they blow away when they're playing. So like you just sleeve a deck of playing cards with these and like have them stick to the magnetic board so you don't have to worry about that. It's definitely a niche product. It's a neat product though and works well, which is what I care about. Azumael, thank you for the 12 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Do tournaments require double sleeve? They do not. You are required to single sleeve, but not double sleeve. It feels almost visceral to play with unsleeved cards at this point in my life. Just like I've spent so much time with it. Spent so much time playing with sleeves. Thank you, as always, for the discussion on decks. Your inputs and criticisms are welcome and usually on point. Well, thanks for sticking around. Sorry about the small amount of downtime. I appreciate the people that are sticking through. Arena update, gonna arena update. People said once they were updated and logged back in, they were able to just play right away and there wasn't actual downtime, so that's nice. Be nice if their messages communicated that clearly. If I have to sleeve a standard deck for this weekend's tournament, what would I choose? I don't know. How much do I hate myself and how much do I want to eat lunch? If I hated myself and I didn't care about getting to eat, I would play Blue-Green Nexus. If I didn't hate myself and I wanted to make sure I had a lunch break, I would play White Aggro with a Blue Splash for Baby Teferi. I would play White Aggro with 3 to 4 Baby Tef in the main, and definitely 4 in the 75. You wanna talk about a curve that sounds wonderful? You can play History on 3, and then on 4 play Baby Tef and pick your History back up to play it again the next turn to make more tokens. That sounds delicious. Baby Tef also lets you like bounce random stuff, get it out of your way that could be blocking. Well, no, you can't pick it up on 5 because it dies right away, BDP. So you can't get the bonus and pick it up. You have to pick it up before it pumps the squad. I have no idea. Law Rune Enforcer seems really good too. I agree. How exactly you're supposed to fit those cards into those decks, I have no idea. If I was going to a tournament, I'd be spending time testing to figure that out. But I'm not going to a tournament, so I just get to hang out and play sweet decks and wait for other smarter people that I have to do the work to figure that out. What modern deck did we play this morning? We didn't, because Moto didn't want to update. Well, I accept best of one submissions. I will not. I think Ali Andrazi and Nox both do best of one deck queue submissions. Yay, Magic Arena. All right, sponsor page again, because you don't get to know my information. I already have an account, yep.
Deck. You did it! I'm
We
so
did it!
proud of you.
They're so proud of me!
Be around if you want
They're
to
so
practice a new
proud
deck.
of me!
But from now on, you'll have to battle other players to earn rewards.
Sparky's
I
so
always
proud of
thought
me.
You were amazing. But now, the whole multiverse will know.
Oh, did they add foils? That's exciting. Do we have foils for the new set? Is there a foil Nicol Bolas? Is there a foil Nicol Bolas? Tell me there's a foil Nicol Bolas. Alright, we're gonna have to do that after this game. There's a foil Nicol Bolas. The gods, they really do listen, chat. They really do listen. Is Sparky randomly stuck in the middle of my screen? Is Sparky randomly stuck in the middle of my screen? Alright, let's shock this in and discovery. We're digging for like land plus Saheeli at this point. Want some threats? New Bolas, look at that. Land Saheeli. New Bolas is only in the new bundle. Get my wallet. All right, I have a really important question. Is there a foil Hinterland Harbor? Is there a foil Hinterland Harbor? This is the most important question. Is there a foil Hinterland Harbor? Inquiring minds need to know. There's still no Hinterland Harbor. There is truly no justice in the world. Please watch it, please. Please. Give me foils. I'm amazed you're not conceding here to go buy things. Alright, I'm less upset about the random midday update. Now that I know I'm getting foils. Less upset. Alright, let's get aggressive. Hey, Enduin Weirn, thank you for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. There's Bolas sleeves. Alright, I'm getting excited. I would like to diddle my servo. Look, when you diddle a servo, you make a second servo. You see, children, when a mommy Saheeli and a daddy servo love each other very much, they depose one another, and then a baby servo is born. All right, so the real question here is, do I deploy the Thopters or do I just diddle to make more servos? I feel like they're likely to counterspell me here, so I kind of want to just double Depose. I think I want to just double Depose. Do these draw cards when I Depose? Waffle, there's an elf deck in the queue. Your elf deck is 1,000% in the queue. I have been missing some recently because there's a lot, but there's definitely an elf deck in the queue. I think it's mono green. Mono green sounds right. I'm not playing this out. Alright, so Heroic Reinforcements is lethal here. Shock is also lethal here. I missed a point of life there with my sequencing. I'm aware I missed a point of life with my sequencing. I mean, I'm not guaranteed to win this game, Big Mama. Like, they're a sweeper away from destroying me here. Mostly, and again, like, this is why Esper Control is such a good deck. The virtual card advantage that Esper Control gains in matchups like this is huge, right? Like, if these cards had text boxes, my opponent would be dead here, not close. But because these cards just don't have text, I'm very far behind. Like, if this was a post-board game where these were counter spells, like, my opponent would have lost this and it wouldn't have been close. But because it's a game one, we have a bit of a struggle. Would you like to take the bait? One could argue I was a master at baiting. Look at Sparky. Is this, does this consider outside assistance? Should our opponent complain that we have an unfair advantage because Sparky's got our back, yo? They added basic land selection. Seriously? That's all I want out of life is basic land selection. That's all I want. Sparky is a WotC spy. We're watching you, Hogland. We sent Sparky in to let you know. Hey, Jurger, thank you for the 2-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. What do you think of a Vanafear shell with Sorin? 4-color Vanafear, maybe. The mana is definitely better in 4-color decks thanks to Paradise Druid or whatever it's called. I'm gonna bottom that. We're definitely looking for more lands than Saheeli's at this point. Sparky just has like 0 chill. They gave foils their own section. Oh, that's exciting. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what's going on now. a Phoenix Incubation Druid purchased from bundle, but I don't see a bundle yet. I believe Incubation Druid is the seasonal promo, if I recall correctly. Tradesies? Tradesies? Didn't think so. Endo Crisis, thank you for the 5-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Kiora is pretty good with Vanafear as well. Get multiple Vanafear activations in a turn. Hopefully they don't find one of the 2 shocks we left in. Wow. Okay. Yep, that happened. I mean, like, it was like a 1.5 for 1, kinda. I don't really know how I feel about that. I think I'm gonna deploy here. Austin, thanks for the 10 months of support there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. And Zombie Token, thanks for checking out Quip. Hope you enjoy your brush. Thanks for taking a peek at the sponsor. I think I'm just gonna reinforcements here, because this is only a 1/4, right? So I get to go ahead and hit them for 6 and keep all my tokens. I feel like we're in a kind of medium spot right now. My deck doesn't really have a lot of reach to push through from here. You know, part of me wonders, we were talking about, like, is Hero good in this deck? One of the things I wonder is like, I wonder if, like, being a little bit bigger and Planeswalker based, like, what if we played, like, Ral in this deck, for instance? Ral plus Heroic Reinforcement sounds absurd. Like, what if we just, like, cut the creatures that like, die a lot? Yeah, you definitely did, Kanye. I'd say someone in chat brought that up, and that sounds really sweet. And this was just, like, the best draw in our deck, right? Just, like, best draw, not close. I have double veto now.
I love a good challenge. This should be fun.
Alright, what do we got? Augur of Bolas. That's incredibly rude. Wow, it drew a card? It's not supposed to draw cards. Heroic reinforcements, please. Depose. I think I'm actually okay with that. Because, like, that's make a Thopter, draw a card, basically. It's just another cantrip. Which sounds wonderful. Gosh, if she made flyers, this card would be beyond busted. So I'm going to depose this in response. Because if they absorb my depose, I'm going to veto their absorb. You vetoed my depose. Rude. Heroic reinforcements. Come on, dealer. Hit me, dealer. This Magic game's tough stuff. Tough stuff all around. Tough stuff. Have you tested the Claw Outdoors? Yeah, it holds up in like low. It holds up in most most wins. Obviously, don't take it outside in a rainstorm, but it does. It works as advertised. Why would I want to boot Sparky? Why would I want to boot Sparky? I can buy bundles for gold? Oh, well, now I'm sad that I used all my gold. Whoa! I just want to look at it. Can I look at it? How do I look at it? Can I not look at it? The question mark doesn't seem to do it. It brings up mouse over text. If I mouse over them, these blow up a little bit. Those are pretty cool. Those are pretty cool. Listen, that's like 4,000 gems. That's like 20 bucks, chat. Come on now. That's like 2 burritos. That's like 2 burritos. All right, Nivik. So we get cosmetics for this set. Do you want to find out what's inside? You have to buy it. All right. Your choice, 2 burritos or the bundle. All right, Marty, if you're going to twist my arm. Oh, you do have to buy it to zoom in. That makes sense. You have to buy it to zoom in. Zach Braggery, thank you for the Twitch Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Try making it Saheeli slanted. Any 3 colors seem particularly good. Oh, yeah, Dragon God Avatar. Yeah, I don't know, like, what are the best colors for Saheeli? If you, Nivik, if you want, I'm really not a huge fan of doing deck building on stream. So I'm gonna play one more with this just to get a feel for what we have going on. Just to confirm that I might want to try something else. And then Rycat had actually donated for a Saheeli build off stream, so I'll put some thought into that tonight and we'll try it tomorrow. Rather than doing deck building on stream, which is not my favorite. We applied the Bolas avatar. We are Nikki beat up, chatty. You're all Nickied up. I really hope this is a matchup where Beacon Bolt has text. Alright, sorry, focus. Alright, looking like I'm gonna get my wish that we got a matchup where these cards have text, so that's nice. Gosh, our opponent doesn't have foils or sleeves. Everybody knows Magic's pay to win, so we're basically guaranteed to win this match. Justice reigns from above. Alright, bacon the cat. I'm gonna lead on this as bait. Bacon doesn't come from cats. Not with that attitude, it does it. Alright, so there's probably Seraph Ascendants hiding in their deck somewhere, so let's board in these Lava Coils. Spell Pierce, like, ended up being okay there, but it's probably not amazing on average. I'm gonna board in these Teferis because they can reset a Johnny Pride Mape if it gets going and gets out of range. Help some of our other burn spells. Awesome, zombie. Yeah, they're good stuff. Listen, whatever that card is called, okay? The standard legal Seraph card. Look at our Bolas. Look at how awesome he is. He's so big and intimidating. Sweet, Mikey. Well, I'll take a peek at it tonight, as always. I'm gonna keep that there. Like, obviously I need a 4th land at some point, but like I already have 1 removal spell. I have a little bit of a diddle. Rude. Rude. What do I expect them to board in against me with Black White? I don't really know, Eric. I think Duress is probably a fair card here like they have. The opponent's deck isn't really an established, what I would consider a metagame deck. So, I generally try not to make too many assumptions about like what they could or couldn't have. Wow, that's actually like... Huh.
Tidy up in there.
Huh. Well. I mean, it's like Mind Drop, basically, right? It's like Mind Drop plus deal some damage. I guess it's gonna be better than Mind Drop now. Is this an egg? Like, what is going on here? Why are his eyes lit up? What is he focused on? It's a Dragon Ball. It's a Dragon Ball. I don't care about what the actual answers are. It's a Dragon Ball now and forever, chat. You think it's something else, I don't care, you're wrong. Eight, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So if they don't block with this, they're dead. Right? Did I count that right? If I didn't count that right, we lose. Yay! I counted correctly. So, Saheeli, Jeskai, Saheeli Hero. I feel like looking at this and thinking about the games that we played here, the games where Hero gets to stick around, it's incredibly powerful, right? Like, this is a great payoff. Like, that constant flow of creatures out of it is really, really good. The problem with a build like this is when Hero is our only creature, it draws fire from a lot of different directions is the big issue that it has. So, unlike something like, say, Abzan Hero, where we have a lot of other creatures that people also want to remove, Hero often just dies. I mean, like, baiting removal is only good if you have a better threat to play after it that you don't want them to use removal on. But this deck doesn't really have that, right? Like, if you're not overloading their removal, you're just turning it on and giving them good tempo trades, basically. I feel like, and we had someone donate for us to try this, I feel like if I wanted to try this again, I would be more interested in focusing around Saheeli and trying to generate some of that virtual card advantage that, like, Esper style decks get to generate by not really playing meaningful creatures. Because, like, even if your opponent is, like, spending a Mortify on your Saheeli token, that's still a good exchange for you, right? Because they spent a removal spell on this token that didn't really cost us a full card, basically. So, I think with Hero, I either want this in a card in a deck with a lot of other threats, so we basically overwhelm the removal, or if we're going to be playing a deck that's less creature-based, I'd rather focus on Saheeli because she doesn't really turn on their removal as directly as Hero does. Hey, what's going on, Shando Hawk? Welcome, welcome.